Hello and welcome back. Today I've got another ink review video for you, and this one, the ink is called Black Roses, and it's by Atramentis, and we're going to test it out and see what it looks like. I have not tried this ink yet, so... Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is definitely scented. It smells like roses. So if you like the smell of rose, you're going to love this ink. I wasn't expecting that. I'm always surprised by these scented inks, because typically I don't know that they're scented when I order them. I look at the color and I think, okay, I don't have that one, or maybe that one will be interesting, or there's something interesting about it visually, and I purchase the sample or the ink, and then I'm surprised when it's scented. So, yep, that's unexpected. So that was cool. All right, so let's go ahead and swirl this around. This does smell really good. Oh my goodness. That's a very nice rose scent too. More of a natural rose. Okay, black rose. Here we go. Wanted to make sure I was spelling it correctly. Okay, so far, this is looking really pretty. I don't have a lot of black inks because I like the colored inks more, typically, but I wanted to try that one for whatever reason. It caught my eye. All right, I'm going to put this in here. This is copy paper, and I always like to test things out on copy paper because sometimes if you're at school or work and you don't have your fancy paper with you, but you want to use your pen, you might want to know if the color you're going to use will perform well on the cheaper papers. Black roses. And this is copy paper. All right, so far, maybe the tiniest hint of feathering, but it's not bad. And the color itself is really nice. Shows up as nice black. Obviously would be work safe. And that might be kind of fun to have a scented ink at work. It's not strong enough that others can tell. This is something that you smell because you have the bottle open, or as you're writing, the scent is coming out. But I don't think this would bother anybody else. So, for example, if someone else had sensitivities to fragrances, I don't think this would bother them because it's not strong. All right, this is HP 32 paper. So this is like another type of copy paper, but it has a better finish on it. It's smoother. The ink tends to pool. Okay, that's showing something there. I think some shading. That looks really nice. Okay, I'm going to set that aside real quick. And we'll try this on some Tomo River paper. And if you haven't used it before, Tomo River paper is very smooth. It's very nice. And it's thin. And it's similar to the HP 32 where you have a very smooth writing experience and the ink pools on top of the paper. But usually it's more dramatic on the Tomo River. So I always like to test it since it is a popular paper and I like to use it. But it is a lot more expensive. So it's kind of silly that I'm doing swatches on it, but otherwise how would we know what the ink would look like? So I'm going to draw some lines on this as well. I'm going to set that aside to finish drawing. I like to draw these lines. Usually if there is some kind of shading, the lines will show this by, so you can see, or at least I can see here, it starts out lighter and it gets dark. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. It's a shame to wash it off because it smells so nice. All right. Put the cap back on here. Yeah, so if you like scented inks and you like the smell of roses, this would definitely be a good one. All right, so this is the Tomo River. I'm sorry, this is the HP 32, and there's definitely shading. You can see here where it goes to black to like a dark gray and then black again. And there's something else, and I think maybe my eyes are just failing me, but in these swooshes here, it just seems like there's something else in that. It's very pretty. And there is some shading in the writing here. So this is a nice, I'd say it's like low shading, but really good work safe color. Here it is on copy paper, and we'll compare this to the HP32 just so you can see what I mean. So see how this is like a charcoal gray, but this is more of a black, like a true, getting closer to a true black. So on the copy paper, yeah, this is a work safe color, this is fine, but it doesn't have the shading and everything that you would get using it on a nicer paper like the HP32. And then on the Tomoe River, these splashes here are a little bit wet, damp still on the right hand side. This one is dry, and you can see how it's definitely shading very nicely. Some beautiful shading in the writing. This one really shows up nice on the Tomoe River, and I apologize, I dragged my hand through it here and smudged it, but that's okay. So both of these, the HP32 and the Tomoe River, the ink looks great on both of them, but this Tomoe River is really showing off the shading nicely. So if you want something that's a very, very dark gray or a shading black, then this would be really nice to get, especially if you like the smell of the ink, you know, having the scented ink. And then this is the swatch we made. It looks like it's dry, but it's a little bit damp still. But yeah, there's definitely something. All right, so this is showing the shading very nicely here, but there is definitely some kind of a sheen or another color in there somewhere. It's not really noticeable, but I noticed it on the HP32. It was sitting on top of the ink a little bit. It's just a tiny, tiny bit. And it doesn't really, I don't think it's meant to be noticed like some of the high sheen inks are meant to show off the sheen. I don't think that's what this is. I think it's just there to make the ink have a better shading effect. But on the HP32, I noticed it. So anyway, this is really pretty. Yeah, it's like almost a halo, like around the edge here. But this is a very pretty black, not something like normal and flat. Without, this has character and is really, really pretty. And also it smells really good. So yeah, anyways, if you have any other inks that you'd like to see me try, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know. If I have them or if I can get them, then we will do the review. And if you'd like to see more of this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out and helps you see more of these videos. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.